Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
And you're saying that she is guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? It looks like a shell.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
An assassin, you say?
Yes, Juan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client as to speak, is Matt On Guard.
What a surprising turn of events.
I would think that it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true.
But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound.
I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Well then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, quote-unquote mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Oh, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much.
Easier said than done, Your Honor. Easier said than done.
Sorry, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
Oh, I can really relate to that, my dude. Anyways. On the night of the murder, you visit the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, would you like to please testify about when you went to Mr. On Guard's room?
Okay, sure. After this awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Hardly sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. On Guard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
A trap. Can't you spell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge it head first, okay? Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night?
I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyperstate, I ended up focusing on her.
I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long.
I don't think I can present anything yet, so we'll have to press him for now. At first? What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm like in the middle of a snack.
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a
Interesting. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, I can't remember right now, sorry.
Guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Well, while you're watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think.
So who are these guests you're talking about?
Oh, you guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. The defendant's room? Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I want to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright.
Yeah, what is it?
You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
It sounds like he's breaking the fourth wall or something for a little bit. Every time? Witness? I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then?
Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into a bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then.
If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And?
What was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room?
Watch while I was munching on a small cup of Italian ice. Hey, snack. That's what it's all about, guys, dude. Got a snack when this kind of moment. Okay, so... is there really nothing wrong with what Mr. Powers is saying? So I already pressed this. I already pressed this. I already pressed this. I already pressed everything. Let's gotta press in order.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Actually, Mr. Powers, a few minutes ago you said...
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Yeah, that's it. They really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
Okay. I kind of skipped some dialogue there, but I didn't really think it was major dialogue.
Hold it. Hold it.
So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. He was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
Well, that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers?
Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and went straight up for the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like as if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out.
He was there, at Ungar's house. He was that butler.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Ungard was talking with the killer then. If that fact were to be exposed, Ungard would be declared guilty in a blink.
Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything.
Yes, Chief.
You sure you don't have anything you'd like to say, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor?
Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it. Hold it.
Alright, so we're supposed to drag out the trial, right? So I'm gonna go back to this one. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give a generous tip, would you? He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? About how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash.
Like, actual bread?
Let's get this bread.
A roll of cash?
Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash. That could be hardly called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. There's nothing I could really object to here. I mean, who can argue that a fat roll of money isn't really odd?
So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, and what was it?
Payment, Your Honor.
Payment?
Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida.
And the bellboy the witness saw?
Yes, he was the assassin.
Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you?
Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime.
Shelley the Killer?
He is the person the police special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer.
Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
Wait, what? Say what?
Nani?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. This time, I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn. To entertain and make us laugh.
This is no laughing matter. In any case, if that bellboy really was the assassin, it would be very bad for us.
But he really is the assassin, you know?
Yes, but you can't give him yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one.
She's not wrong about that.
Hold it.
So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next?
Oh. The bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange, too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide in? There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is.
There really isn't.
Objection!
If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the previous witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Ugh, Edgeworth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest's room empty-handed.
Hold it!
So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed?
Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass next to it.
Juice? What kind of juice was it?
I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice.
If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we could dodge the bullet on this one for now.
Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. I feel like we have to BS our way through this until we can actually figure out a way to properly convict the dude an actual killer.
Objection!
Objection! Mr. Powers?
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. Hang on a second, I heard a ba-ding somewhere. Anyways, that ba-ding aside.
But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and...
So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have
Well, there's also, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. Now, if you would look at what is on top of the table on the lower right corner here, anyone could clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I am terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed? I recall he had something interesting to say about his hands.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Just sorry, I'd slipped my mind.
Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing leather black ones.
So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather?
Of that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Be like OJ, the glove don't fit.
Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going to the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room? Yeah, I kinda saw that all by accident.
Some accident, I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Well then, let's get this started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was just as vague as his first.
It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clear. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it?
Talk about a lose-lose situation. Talk about a lose-lose situation.
Hold it!
I said hold it.
Okay.
That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Ask about this something. He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? So this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small.
This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was.
I'll try.
In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next.
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing.
Hold it!
So who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm?
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes. Oh my god. It was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bad bellboy handed off. Well, let's see, I think it was no. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
You mean this bear? The bear in Stitches is a wooden thing.
Objection!
Objection!
What was the point of that pregnant pause?
What's the point of that pregante pause? What kind of expression is that? What was the point of that pregnant pause? Anyway. Actually, what was the point?
Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Good question. That is indeed a good question.
What is it, Phoenix?
I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Deep breath. Mr. Powers? The something you saw... Was it this item? Ah, crap.
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall we found this at Mr. Engarde's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the Killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
And the bear being found at Mr. Engarde's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Engarde is the killer's client.
Order, order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia.
No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have come later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have.
I almost forgot that he knew about it too.
I think it is clear there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
All this killing over a beanie teddy bear. Maybe. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, we can't have that.
Let's save here first before we actually made a grave mistake.
All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further?
Why don't we explore the bear itself, honestly? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
A bear, Mr. Wright.
This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. Limited edition special collectible beanie bear. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took this bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Phew. Disaster averted it. God damn it. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time he was the killer. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungard Mansion as its butler.
What a bold move.
Yeah. The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard Mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad the police had found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else.
What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to...
We need to prolong the trial for as long as we need to. I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
What? There's still another one?
There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further?
There is one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who was that who took the bear, we can't be sure of...
Ah!
Huh?
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear.
What?
Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it.
You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai.
But the Nickel Samurai, but that doesn't mean the person who's wearing the Nickel Samurai costume is the Nickel Samurai, isn't it? You can't just assume that's the case.
Order! Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And, as we all know, Matt Ungard is the Nickel Samurai.
Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why the spare figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, do I? What should I do?
Oh no, don't wait for...
There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I've left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number 1, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2, that very same figurine was found in On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
A real client?
Yes. Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
We're still trying to pin it on Adrian, are we? Might as well go for it. Because, like, honestly, if this is, like, Phoenix's, like, real argument at this case, we're just rolling with it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, if our goal is to prolong the trial, then we have to prolong the trial. That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do.
Take that!
Adrian Andrews?
Yes. We already know that she tried to frame Matt on guard for the crime. And the defense still claims... The defense is still firm on its claims that Adrian Andrews is the killer. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume.
Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews.
And what about Mr. On Guard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. The finding this figure at Mr. On Guard's mansion?
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count on the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell On Guard did it.
I can't even believe the defense would go so far as to pin the killer to someone else.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on.
Order, order, order. All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Ho. I think Edgeworth is just playing along just so he knows what we're trying to do, since he knows the kidnapping situation, but we can't let it be apparent to, like, the whole courtroom, because if that kind of story were to go public, it's gonna get uglier. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why, do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought, in your desperation, you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay.
Hey, Mr. Nick,
But Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power?
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. Oh, we just barely found something to latch onto.
Phew, that's good, pal.
And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where Killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but
What? We don't have any more time.
if we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept on thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. Have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent? Huh? A tent? Someone could see a circus tent. Mia!
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So it was Maya that called you away.
She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. 300 feet away.
Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now?
Oh, there's only one, pal. The very big circus.
Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry.
And
And
I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside.
a mailbox. Yo, Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Not the mailbox we know, of course, but a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window.
I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal?
A mailbox, and in the corner was a hot box. Speaking of either boxes, both of them had probably got something to do tonight. Maya's not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
Gumshoe, please hurry. She needs her hamburgers.
Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix?
It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I could do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Court will now reconvene.
Killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Again? Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder.
I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Ms. Andrews?
Of course I have.
You have seen it before.
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Ms. Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets?
Alright.
Why? Why does she...
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
So now we have to crack open the bear now?
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks like looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. We don't know anything about this figurine, so we should try to find out more for now.
Yeah, I'll keep pressing her for more info. Alright, let's take a look at what she said. So she said it's an elaborate puzzle. We take it one piece at a time. There's no small item.
Hold it!
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it could be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy.
Oh. Is that where the note is?
But it can never be the same once again once it's been broken.
Hold it!
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Oh, yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy, it's like he's 5 all over again. Your Honor, you seem to be having too much fun up there.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
Hold it!
Who else knows what that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? Alright, so we'll just press her on the first one. A puzzle?
That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this is a puzzle. I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Yep, that's all we're going to get. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize. Huh? That there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Okay, and?
Now that we have
Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
what is inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness,
Yes?
you are the only one who can open this, correct? Please, if you could do the honors. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle. and takes the bear apart.
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. I knew it! I knew it! I called it! I so called it!
A suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Is the witness being fazed by this, though?
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
That's right. At least, that's what I would think.
Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it, for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by On Guard, about being engaged to Corrida, and On Guard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all by taking her own life.
And that's all Miss Impacts had to say.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard.
Then, what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word!
Matt On Guard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
It's our guard's fault that woman killed herself. Yeah, this time he even went as far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. Oh, terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are slimeballs out there who will defend these creeps too.
There is no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKeller's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
How am I supposed to escape from this one?
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do.
I know, I had to carry on buying some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I could find a way out of this situation through one of those. And before I mess that one up, we gotta save on that.
The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry!
Suicide note or the which one should I pursue? Well, let's go with both. Oh, no. Wait. Let's look at the court record carefully. Maybe the figurine?
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor.
Oh man, look at that lawyer.
He's still going at it?
It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corrida. At the request of his client, of course.
So, what's your point, Mr. Wright?
I don't think it's possible that Mr. DeKiller's client was Mr. On Guard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chances that Matt On Guard thought that a note was inside this bear are 0 to none.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there's no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this.
Order! 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 You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It was just a flash, but I think it did rather well on this one.
Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Uh-huh.
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt On Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went as far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. So, you're telling me that there's more than one spy camera?
And?
The victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt On Guard.
Order! Order! Ahem. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
you don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Oh, so I was right. Using this. Oh, that's Gumshoe's toy. Gumshoe's bug sweeper? By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on the camera.
Matt On Guard's fingerprints are on there?
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh?
What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
What am I supposed to say? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking?
Mommy, is that the man, the bad killer guy? Should stop to look at him.
The way he's sweating is just so nasty.
Phoenix,
Yes, Chief?
have you figured out what you're going to do next?
What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work?
I know it seems like Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point,
He forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
there's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Something he should investigate?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when we had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is? That still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing.
Hey, isn't that what I just said?
So, you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth, but there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I do believe some special examination is needed. But I think that the item should be examined as the defense's gray matter. Whoops. Ah, that's not the right one, of course. Maybe it's the thing that the camera is attached to. Because if he's busting out the camera, why not bust out the piece of tech that's attached to the camera? The only other thing I could say is the bear.
Objection! Take that! Take that!
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession till only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh,
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impacts or not, or by someone who forged the handwriting, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting...
Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake?
Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear?
How dare you?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
Objection!
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt On Guard.
I did no such thing.
Objection!
Right. If you're going to pronounce the suicide note as fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Oh wait, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. I was gonna press the start button. That almost slipped my mind that like we could try to say that the handwriting on the suicide note could be forged because, you know, like that's a service you could pay for, you know? Or like that's something you could do. Like if you know someone's handwriting, well, you could just, you know, forge it. Easy peasy. Well, it's not completely easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it can be done.
Objection!
This is just messed up. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. Yeah, that's the case. It seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
Like the burger, Impossible Burger.
Massacre!
This isn't good, Phoenix.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have another choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my ass. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time.
On Guard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that.
I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Guilty gear!
What does that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
He got away.
Again?
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way to make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
Don't tell me we don't. We don't have any more.
Guilty! 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 Guilty gear! Guilty gear! Guilty! Guilty!
do you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Oh, Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh!
What is it?
Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch!
Mr. Edgeworth. Please, you've got to buy some more time.
Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but
I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
this time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
What? What now, Edgeworth?
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
Well, would it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
March 23rd, 2:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time, just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence?
Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over.
Really? Majide? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I got to put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this.
With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
All right. Just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light.
Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me!
No one can stop me.
What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. Oh, what was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. 911. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. The thingy that's attached to him. Because there's a bug that was planted on him from Francisca, but what the heck do we present? Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, Masaka. So desu ne. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict?
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir, and they said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Oh, God. Please tell me we're actually at the final part of this case. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene when I actually return from my next break, my next recess. And hopefully after this part, we're gonna be actually at the frickin' finale of Justice for All. Gee whizzy. Alright, be right back, guys. I'm gonna play an ad real quick while I go and do some rehydration.